I feel like it was a lot of things that kind of let them down, but on an overall scale, they should be very, very, enthused about what happened. I mean, it stings because your expectations grow as the season grows.
They should be very, 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 very discouraged.
Never.
Because the very reason that you said you didn't have expectations. But guess what? You won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 11 in a row.
11.
You finished 13-3.
Never.
You got the best running back. Well, he led the league in rushing. Le'Veon Bell's the best running back, but that's neither here nor there. You got the best offensive line in football. And for the most part, you've not been ranked either. You've been first or second as far as the best two teams in football the entire year.
Right.
And now all of a sudden, 13-3, well rested, home, because now Jerry's World, AT&T is a true home field advantage. I told this man, stop right there, look at me, Skip Bates. I've been telling you all year.
I got something I'm going to tell you.
Nelly, I tried to explain to him all year. When we were talking, who could beat the Cowboys when they had won 7, 8, 9 games in a row?
They beat themselves, though. I feel like they beat themselves.
I could have swore the game.
They allowed Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers had a lot to do with it.
Is that who he played for himself?
He has a lot to do with it, but they hurt themselves, man.
That was the
play calling down the stretch.
Don't do that, Nelly. Don't do that.
Definitely, the play calling down the stretch I don't know if the coaches or even with that interception. I don't know if Dak audibled out of that. It'd be interesting to know to audible. I'd be interested to learn what that original play was. Because if that was, then that was his mistake, I feel like. Because if that was a running play and he audibled out of that was a bad mistake.
I told Skip all year, I said there's 3 teams that no question in my mind could beat the Cowboys.
Well, if you say it's going to rain every day, eventually you walk outside and it will rain.
If I say it's going to rain 10 inches on Thursday,
real.
If I tell you grass will turn to cheese, Nelly, quit singing, start hustling crackers.
But it didn't work like that.
One and done.
I watched you every day say the Cowboys was going down.
And I told you Aaron Rodgers or Matt Ryan will get them in the whoever they face first, they're done.
8 Blue Mondays. Shannon Sharpe had to come sit in that chair and eat that crow.
I watched
and
him.
watch me do this again and again and again.
Made a song about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Go ahead.
Make me a song about it.
No. He made a song about it.
And it was pretty good. It was a top 10 hit. So, Shannon Sharpe,
yes,
I'm going to admit this to you. After you said to me on air yesterday at the end of the show, it hit me. It hit me in my heart because you said you should be you're all about winning, and I always am.
Yep.
And it mixed my emotions all the rest of the day. I did a Facebook Live late in the day, like 6:30 Eastern time, just to get this off my chest, sort of sift out through my own emotions because I was in a fog all day because I still can't believe they lost. I believed in this team. I love this team. I rooted for this team because there was nothing bad about this team. It didn't have that loser's feel, what can go wrong will go wrong, and they didn't self-destruct, I didn't think, on Sunday. It wasn't like they just blew up and threw 5 interceptions and lost 4 fumbles like the Romo days, where they just laid the biggest egg for the whole game. And the final score wasn't 40-14 Green Bay. It got to 31 all. So the reason I can't be discouraged is because it took a 56-yard field goal and a 51-yard field goal to save Aaron Rodgers' bacon at the end of that game because he struggled for a long period of time. And as I look back, as I get to my final thoughts about the game, you know what I think?
What do you think?
I think if my man Odell Beckham hadn't led those receivers down to Miami, seriously.
You see what he did?
No, listen.
Where is this going?
No, I'll tell you why.
They would have beat Green Bay, and then they could have faced the Giants.
They had Green Bay. They had them on the road.
That had nothing to do with the boat.
Wait a second.
Not the boat, Skip. Yes,
it was the boat.
I've been on that boat before. That boat is cool.
You know that boat?
Listen, I just said.
Whose boat? Is it Trey Songz?
No.
Or somebody else's boat?
I just said that boat didn't have nothing to do with this.
Yes, it did, because if it hadn't split the Giants, if it hadn't distracted Odell when he goes to Miami, but he doesn't show up in Green Bay, he drops a touchdown pass. Little Sterling Shepard dropped a touchdown pass.
Cold, man.
If I got it. Well, you go prepare for Lambeau. You go to Miami and lay on the boat, right? Is that what you do?
But I knew every time you're talking about, I want the Giants for a third time.
I told you I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Because you knew they couldn't score enough points to beat you. You knew that man in Green Bay,
Okay, I told you that. I told you that would be the tougher matchup.
He just caused the death of 80,053 people. All the Dallas
more,
fans in that
more
stadium.
than that. More than
They
that.
looking for Aaron Rodgers.
More than that.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Bam, 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 bam.
No, we're looking for Mason Crosby. That's all we're looking for, not Aaron Rodgers.
So what are you doing with, listen, the black cat in this thing, and I hate to say it because I like him. No, it's Romo. He's the black cat.
Mm-hmm.
It's just certain things in certain situations that will never allow themselves to go right. And as much as Romo, and I believe Tony Romo is a great quarterback. I think he's dope. I just think in Dallas, it's some type of jinx. It just him being in Dallas won't allow that team to what's the name? Because at the end of the day, that whole season, and as good as that season was, it was still the talk of Romo.